Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress suspend planned strike to reconvene June 19. Nigerian Army trains officials on cognitive skills. Zamfara State Governor Dr. Dauda Lawal assures villagers of deployment of security operatives. On business news, Naira strengthens to 750 Naira per dollar. On international scene, South Sudan struggles to clear mines as 2026 deadline approaches. On sport update, midfield battle will decide outcome of Man City versus Inter Milan UCL final. Hello and welcome to Standard Voice Television Newsroom. I'm Mukufu Mohammed. The Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress on Monday night suspended their strike scheduled for Wednesday. The decision followed a meeting by the representatives of the federal government and the organized labour at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, on Monday night over fuel subsidy removal. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, the newly appointed Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, who disclosed the outcome of the meeting to State House correspondents, said that the federal government, the TUC and the NLC would establish a joint committee to review the proposal for any wage increase or award on June 19, 2023 and establish a framework and timeline for implementation. In a related development, the Joint Health Sectors Union has suspended its indefinite strike for 21 days. The suspension came after the Johesu leadership held a meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday. The Vice President of Johesu, Obinna Ogbana, confirmed to newsmen that, following the meeting, they decided to give the government 21 days window to address their demands. First and second batches of Zamfara State pilgrims arrived Makkah for the Lesser Hajj known as Umrah. The pilgrims were accommodated at the Shari Mansour City Center and were received by the officials of the Zamfara State Hajj Commission. Accordingly, the pilgrims were led by the officials in Makkah to perform their Umrah, which is among the fundamentals of Hajj, one of the religious obligations of Islam. Evacuation of the remaining batches from Makkah is ongoing as the last flight of Zamfara State pilgrims has arrived in Medina. In a bid to tackle insecurity and enhance professionalism, the Nigerian Army School of Finance and Administration, in conjunction with the Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered, has organized a leadership development seminar with the theme, The Importance of Cognitive Skills in Leadership Within a Complex Environment for officers of the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. The theme of the seminar highlights the significance which the Nigerian Army places on leadership effectiveness of its officers at various levels of command. The seminar is designed to enhance critical thinking capabilities of officers for quick decision-making as well as appropriate principles in tackling operational challenges. It will also help participants think through and arrive in decisions that will impact positively on outcomes of actions taken by combats, as topics will enhance their cognitive skills to manage operational challenges both at tactical and operational levels at war, and also tackle current and future threats. Zamfara State Governor Dr. Dauda Lawal has promised to assist the families of those killed in attacks in Jambaku and Sakida villages in Maradun local government area of the state. He made the promise when he paid a condolence and sympathy visit to the affected communities. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Malam Mani Malam Mumuni, said his administration was working hard to contain the spate of attacks in the state, adding that security operatives had been contacted and would deploy more personnel to the communities. The Director General Media and Communication, Malam Nuhu Salihu Anka, said the state government was drawing up a list of those killed by the criminals with a view of bringing relief to them. Malam Anka said the government has donated 2 million naira to the affected families, and officials will soon begin assessment of the level of damage and destruction and will come up with a good plan to ease the suffering of the people. A professor of mechanical engineering, Professor Taslim Asafa, has stated reasons why plastic should be recycled and reused in a bid to reduce plastic pollution of the environment. Professor Asafa noted this on Monday during the celebration of the World Environmental Day organized by the Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers and held at the University of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Speaking on the topic, plastic waste as gold mine, transforming environmental challenges into economic opportunities, he explained that plastics, when recycled, can bring a lot of economic opportunities to the country. He added that the recycling industry has grown quickly in recent decades, which according to him has translated into social, environmental and economic benefits, noting that waste from plastic can be used for secondary production of premium motor spirit, also known as fuel, gas and oil production. Professor Taslim further stated that recycling waste can create 36 jobs, adding that 3.5 million tons of plastic waste can create 12,600 jobs, while he also noted that 322,000 direct recycling jobs can be created if 70% of waste is recycled. Now on business update. Naira on Monday strengthened by 0.26%, 2 Naira against the dollar as demand slows at the parallel market, also known as the black market. Traders said on Monday that there was enough dollars but not much demand for the greenback in the market. Data from the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that Naira sold at the rate of 462.05 Naira per dollar as of June 2, 2023. The Naira per dollar exchange rate closed flat at 467.67 Naira per dollar at the Investors and Exporters Forex window on Friday, as the CBN sold the dollar at 645 Naira at its latest auction. Reports gathered that the FX auction results on Friday showed this was 27.90%, 118 Naira lower than 465 Naira, where the currency is traded on the official secondary market. Nigeria operates multiple exchange rates, which the central bank has used to manage demand, mass pressure on Naira, and conserve its dwindling reserves, and this system has fueled a black market, trading sharply lower than the spot rate. Now on international scene.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
12 years after South Sudan's independence, land mines are still a threat. According to the UN Mine Action Service, over 5,000 people have been killed or injured by unexploded ordnances and land mines since 2004. According to Mine Action Review, by the end of 2021, the state had the most area contaminated with cluster munitions in the nation, 55 out of a total of 130. Mine clearing experts visit remote villages for mine awareness training, even though they face challenges. Residents say more than half of the area is not accessible due to land mines. South Sudan had given UN Mine Action Service until 2026 to clear all anti-personnel minefields in the country. As munitions are found daily, many fear the deadline won't be kept. With elections scheduled for next year, locals say they want to clear contaminated areas so those who have fled can return. Still on international scene, at least 7 schoolgirls who were going to take college entrance exams on Monday drowned after their canoe capsized on the Niger River near the town of Kouroussa in Upper Guinea. The Minister of the Pre-University Education and Literacy, Gulam Hawin, who is in the region to launch the first tests of the examination, said they were struck by the bad news of the shipwreck of 7 students who lost their lives. Mamadi Keita, a security guard, told newsmen that he lost his half-sister in the drowning, emphasizing that she was living with her comrades on the other side of the Niger River to face the first test of their 7th-year entrance exam, which begins on Monday. He said they embarked in an overloaded canoe, which capsized under the weight of passengers and goods, adding that all the girls came from Kurala district and were going to Balato sub-prefecture, 40 kilometers from Kouroussa prefecture. Now on sport update. Inter Milan midfielder Henrik Mkhitaryan says that the midfielder could be a key factor in the UEFA Champions League final between Manchester City and Inter Milan on Saturday, June 10th, at the Atatürk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul. City have renowned midfielders such as Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan and John Stones, while the Nerazzurri have very experienced midfield marshals like Mkhitaryan, Nicolo Barella and Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Mkhitaryan lauded City's overall squad, saying that he feels good and he will do everything he can to play the game. He said he wants to win because it's the Champions League and that doesn't come along every day. He said Manchester City have the strongest overall squad in Europe and a strong midfield, but theirs is very strong too, stressing that they can show that they are good with the ball at their foot and they can attack too. This is Inter Milan's first Champions League final since claiming the trophy in 2009 and 2010 season, and Manchester City's second final in 2 years since losing 1-0 to Chelsea in the 2020 to 2021 final. And that's all we have in news updates for today, but before we go, a recap of the major headlines. Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress suspend planned strike to reconvene June 19th. Nigerian Army trains officials on cognitive skills. Zamfara State Governor Dr. Dauda Lawal assures villagers of deployment of security operatives. On business news, Naira strengthens to 750 Naira per dollar. On international scene, South Sudan struggles to clear mines as 2026 deadline approaches. On sport update, midfield battle will decide outcome of Man City versus Inter Milan UCL final. Thanks for watching. That's all on the news. I'm Kulthum Mohammed. Do have a nice day.